Welcome to Between the Left and a Hard Place. We are a center-left podcast. My name is Dean Charles, and I'm your host. And today I want to talk to the Democrats about capitalism and socialism. I know that a lot of you are really pissed off at Donald Trump. I know specifically that the way he enacts his policies frightens people and scares people and gets people angry. But I got to tell you, the answer isn't socialism. The answer isn't to go to the opposite of Trump. What good is that going to do? Seriously, think about it. What good is that going to do? The answer is in fair, moderate, pragmatic, democratic values. Why can't we get back to that? I want you to understand something. Please listen to me. The socialists have their own political platform. They're not the same party as the Democrats. This is the DSA political platform right here. You can pull it off the internet. Democratic Socialists of America political platform, okay? This right here, almost 90 pages, is the Democratic Party platform. Do you understand? This is the Democratic Party platform. The Democratic Party platform is sensible, pragmatic, talks about all the issues you think it would talk about. The Socialist platform is completely different. Completely. It's not in the same ballpark. The Democratic Party talks about equality in its truest form. It talks about, even talks about the border and how it needs to be fixed and ways to fix it. It talks about the social net. It talks about education and police and defense and all the things that we need in this country that we rely on. Also taxes. And the list goes on and on. All fair with good ideas. Maybe you don't agree with all of it, but at least it's pragmatic and sensible, or tries to be. The Socialist platform is defund the police, let everybody out of prison, abolish defense. It's an anti-white colonialism feminist organization. It's totally, anti-straight white guy. I don't even know what to say, but they're not Democrats. They're socialists. I have no problem with them having their own party. Seriously, I have no problem with that. But you need to pull these off the internet and see the difference. I don't understand how they can take over the Democratic Party. Where's our leadership? Where's the leadership saying, no, we're not socialists. This isn't our platform. This is not what we believe in. We're Democrats. We have our own platform. Where are you? Seriously, Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer, where the F are you? Look, I don't get it. The socialists are not Democrats. Read their platform. Listen to them. AOC is not a Democrat. She's a Democratic Socialist. And so is the primary Democratic candidate for the New York City mayor. I don't care what he says. I know they're both good-looking, well-spoken, charismatic individuals who are able to garner a lot of attention, both on social media and in the press. The whole world thinks that that's what the Democratic Party is, and it's not. It's not it. Maybe it'll become it, but they then call it the Socialist Party. And I can tell you, if you call it the Socialist Party and you become socialist, guys like me, we're just going to go to the Republicans and take the fight there. I have no problem with that. Seriously. I feel like I have a better chance even with an authoritarian government. The DSA in here, to put it in simple terms, is on the wrong side of almost every 80-20 issue. Why do you think Trump won? He talks about it all the time. He talks about the 80-20 issues. And you know what? The Democrats have a lot of 80-20 issues they can run on. A lot of them. Look at immigration, for instance, right? Nobody's against 80-20 issues. Get the criminals out of the United States that aren't citizens, right? I don't know anyone except for the DSA that disagrees with that, right? So if you're a member of the DSA, you probably disagree with that. If you're a socialist, everyone else agrees. If you're an immigrant and you're a criminal, you don't belong in this country, all right? However, another 80-20 issue that's in favor of the Democrats is simply due process. Everybody deserves due process to make sure you don't have the wrong guy. Nobody wants to send the wrong guy home, right? Nobody. And, there needs to be a discussion about hardworking, immigrants that are looking for citizenship and want to be American. That's the thing. They want to be American. Members of the DSA don't even want to be American. I don't understand it. They fight for, their country instead of fighting for, the United States. There's a case in Michigan, and I don't know how I feel about it, but the girl's Palestinian and didn't want to stand up and recite the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I know that as a kid, I said the Pledge of Allegiance in the schools that I went to, and everybody had to, from kindergarten all the way to senior year in high school. We stood up and said the Pledge of Allegiance every day. I've never thought twice about it. I'm an American. I have no allegiance to anywhere else. I support the Western world, which the DSA doesn't. I support globalization and peace on earth and fair trade and all those things. But The DSA doesn't believe in that. They don't believe in dealing with NATO even. They don't want to deal with anyone that's in here. You can read it. They don't want to deal with anyone that's not, has anything to do with what they feel is white colonialism. That's Canada, Europe, anybody white, Russia even. They want to align. They say it. They want to align with China and Iran. I imagine that's where they're getting their money from. I don't have proof of that, but I would sure like somebody to find out, because it seems to me that that's where their money comes from. Qatar, Iran, China, and social media. This whole TikTok and Instagram and the algorithms, and it's ruining us. The algorithms are convincing people that socialism's okay. I don't know how, but they are. Social media is, converting the Democratic Party into the Socialist Party. I don't understand where's the leaders that to talk about this and say something about it. I mean, all you hear on the media, and I don't blame the Republican media, the conservative media, for going after the socialists. It's comedy. When you have people like Jasmine Crockett and AOC and Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib and Jamaal Bowman, and you have CNN going socialist. I mean, have you watched Abby Phillips' show? I actually like Abby Phillips. She seems, very nice, sincere, pragmatic, and she supposedly has a wide variety of people on her show, but she's a socialist. She's gone socialist. She talks about it. She mentions it. She has Jamaal Bowman on, who's a clown show. This guy's a clown show. I don't understand how she can even let him on. He lost his district because he became a socialist. He didn't understand the district that he lived in. It makes no sense to me, but these are the people getting all the hype and all the news media. And I don't understand the people backing Zoran Mamdani. I don't understand it. How can the Democrats sit back and say this is okay? It's socialism. They have their own political platform. It's not the same. These are two different platforms. Please pull it down and read it. The 24 Democratic Party platform. This is why you lost the election. This is why Donald Trump won. Do you understand that? DEI and woke lost you the election. And that's all. That's everything that's in here. I mean, seriously, you've got to take a look at this and reconsider and decide what you want to do. It's not too late to kick the socialists out of the Democratic Party. Anyway, that's my take for today. Please tune in for some long-form shows. We're gonna talk about equality in the next show. Thanks.